Greetings, everyone. Welcome to another enlightening episode of Collaboration Over Competition. This is a podcast that dives into the incredible outcomes that arise when collaboration takes center stage. Man, today we have the honor of sitting down with greatness, sponsored by Greatness Vodka, a DJ, entrepreneur, and music producer, Win Crabtree, a.k.a. DJ for the Win. Welcome to the podcast, bro. How you doing?
Man, feeling blessed. I'm doing blessed.
Yes, sir. It's an honor to have you on the show. I know we've been trying to get this done for a while now, so I'm glad, we finally got you here to have an elevated conversation.
Man, thank you for having me, man. Thank you for your patience.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you for your persistency.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man.
Always. All right. Let's go ahead and get the podcast started if you don't mind.
For sure.
All right. Now, I always start off the podcast with these first couple questions. I'm wondering, what does the idea of collaboration over competition represent to you, if anything?
Man, to me, man, it just means moving with love, man.
I love that.
I just feel like if you doing something out of love in your heart,
Yep.
then you're gonna see everything differently. You won't see it as competition.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, moving with love. I know that that's something we definitely need to put out there more. I know it's a lot of hate in the world now, social media. It's a lot of hating, but I feel like you always win with love. So I definitely like that. For the second to end of that question, man, I wonder, do you have any ways that we can encourage others to come together to collaborate? I feel like, with you being a DJ, you play one of the biggest roles in bringing people together, to have a good time and, just get away from the things they're going through in life.
Man, that's a very deep question. And I think to say it from a DJ standpoint, I think it is important to be conscious of the music you playing.
Yes, yes.
Like there is a very, very, very thin line, because you got to give the people what they want. And I think as a DJ, you got the power to kind of reprogram what they want.
Yes.
At a surface level.
Yes.
So I try to keep that in mind, but the bigger picture, I feel like, yes, like us as a community, I don't know if it starts at like a block level, like meeting with your block, or man, probably in the house, meeting with your family.
Yeah.
We do need to start coming together and
Yes.
just talking about issues or spreading love or all kind of things. You know?
Yes. It always starts at home, but like I said, I feel like you play one of the biggest roles. On the weekends, when people need relief from their job.
Facts.
They go into events where you are curating that mood for them. Music and the vibrational pattern is very important. So, I'm sure it's appreciated for them. Setting them on the right mood. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely. I try to keep it high vibrational as much as I can.
Yes.
And sometimes I get a little flack for it, but if everybody going home safe and happy for the most part, just getting home, leaving how they left, or leaving how they came, then I feel happy.
I definitely love that, and kind of speaks to the importance of your role as a DJ, which kind of leads into my next question. I'm wondering, can you actually enlighten us what actually goes into being a DJ? I feel like a lot of people just think DJs they just got a playlist and they play the playlist, and it's that easy. Can you give us more insight on what actually goes into being a DJ?
For sure. Man, I'm gonna try to go deep as I can, quick as I can.
Yes, sir.
So to start, you gotta get the equipment.
Yep, gotta have the equipment.
You gotta get that's a board is about $1,500. You gotta get speakers. That's about another 2 racks. Then you gotta get speaker poles. Cables.
Invest in your craft.
Then you gotta get a laptop. You need a cool little laptop. Then you gotta get the software.
Yep.
And then after that, now you gotta put in the work.
The craft.
You gotta work on your ear. You got to work on your library of music. You got to come real diverse. And then it depends on where you want to take it at that point. You want to be somebody that just scratching turntablist, or do you want to be like a open format DJ, or a traveling DJ, or a mobile DJ that just does events? You got to kind of put the business in it.
Yes.
And then once you put the business in it, you can kind of get your purpose and path. And see which way. And then that's where the real work starts. You got my path is kind of a hybrid of events and open format.
Okay.
So, and I do private events too, but I haven't really focused on that. That's a whole nother combo.
No, I definitely love it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No. I was just going to say, after you do that, then you got to put in that work to be good at that.
Yes. Just like with anything, you got to put in the work.
It ain't just playing a playlist. And that's why I feel like DJs, they add value to a situation.
Definitely do. I feel like DJs, they're definitely well, first of all, I want to go back to your versatility. I feel like I've seen you do all type of events, whether it's the Wind Surge or the local brunch events, music concerts. So you do have that versatility, and I do love the perspectives that you have being a DJ, music producer, and what that brings into your craft. So you got a unique outlook. So I definitely I definitely appreciate what you bring to your craft.
Man, thank you. That means a lot, man.
Yes, sir.
That means a lot.
We might as well say you the official DJ at Wichita now, man. we might as well say it.
He said it. I didn't say it.
We might as well say it here first.
I appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Real talk, I do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So for this next question, I wonder, can you provide some insights into your journey of the realm of music? Like what age and how did you get started?
Oh man, that's a dope question. I'm gonna try to give it a quick story again.
Go ahead. Yeah, we got time.
All right, for sure. I always just like music. Like when I was a kid, like real small.
Yeah.
It was like I could read real early, and so I got into lyrics real early, and so it just made me feel. I know it made me feel different. And so then by the time I got older, I started messing around with this program called Fruity Loops.
Mm-hmm.
And it was this thing called MTV Beat, music generator.
Yep.
And I was making beats, and people would be like, "This sounds cool, man." I had my sister introduced me to this guy named XV from here. Okay. You heard of XV?
I have not.
Man, one of the dopest rappers to come out the city.
Okay.
Got a record deal. He's the first person with a major deal here. Man, songs on 2K, just everything that you would want in the rap career game. But before he was doing that, he was making beats. And I saw this dude, we doing all this stuff off of beats. And I was like, man, can you teach me that?
What age?
I was about 15.
Okay.
I was about 15. I got serious when I was 16. And man, at that point, I knew it was what I wanted to do.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I just love music in general. Music goes back to the beginning of time, but music does have an importance, you know what I'm saying? Music,
man, it's like something that can just make you think of, take you back to a place.
Yes.
You hear a couple of chords, you're like, damn.
Yep.
I remember when grandma used to cook that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. It gets deep. It's very underrated how music can affect your mental health too.
Woo.
You get the right artist speaking on the right topic.
Man,
that ride wave when when you're going through it. So, I feel like music and mental health is definitely underrated. Just the importance of music, it helps us get through everyday life. So, for you to have your career in that, I feel like it definitely speaks to your character and type of person you are. So,
thank you, man. It was not easy, and man, I can say I do have regrets looking back on things that I might have been a part of just out of ignorance. You know what I mean? I hope that it never led to nothing that hurt somebody. You know what I mean? Because I feel like music is that powerful now that I know the power of music.
Yes. And we'll definitely get into that later. But, hearing your story, I definitely want to encourage some young kids out there to get into music, whether it's, music class at your school, the band, orchestra, singing, anything.
You can even go home and you got GarageBand on your phone.
Yes.
You can get on YouTube and learn how to make music on there.
Yes.
I don't know the official stats, but I remember my teacher, Mr. Rodriguez, when we would take tests, he would put music on. And he said, this is 3rd, 4th grade. Because I went to performing arts school. Shout out Buckner.
That's awesome.
Buckner Elementary. He would say, you guys perform better when you put music on. And man, I remember all those songs.
That's
and
deep.
They all take me to a good place.
That's deep.
Shout out Mr. Rodriguez.
Yeah, kind of like that, that calming music you kind of need, to go to sleep.
It would just be sometimes it'd be calm, sometimes it'd be the radio, it'd be 93.9.
Yeah.
Well, 9 back then.
Yeah.
Or sometimes it'll be some Disney. You switch it up. Man, I learned a lot of good music that way.
Yeah.
I learned who Jewel was and the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And, some kids probably learned what MC Hammer was or something back in the 90s, you know?
Yep.
So it's all, I see music as something that always bring people together.
Facts. And that is the beauty of music. So for this next question, man, you're known for your unique style as both a DJ and a music producer. I wonder, how would you describe your signature sound and what influences help shape that style?
Man, you want to know a real answer to that?
What's up?
I never really had a signature style. And I think that was a gift and a curse. And so my success in the music industry is that I could make real high quality music, like just as good as like whatever genre it was, like pop, rap, trap. And so my signature sound has always been stuff that has rhythm, movement. But also on the back end of that, I can't say that I had a signature sound. I will say this though. All the guitar and trap drums, if you go back, I want to say I was one of the first people to do that. Because this is about 2015. I did a song for Flow Rider called Dancer. And it was a country. If you go look it up on Spotify right now, Flow Rider Dancer, it's guitars on little trap drums. Because I was a trap producer. When I was signed to Shawty Red, all that.
That's awesome.
And so I feel like that kind of spawned a wave, you know, within the industry. And who knows? I ain't saying everyone heard that song, but that was my sound for a minute.
Yes. You know, that's funny, like in the music industry, you get that a lot, like where you'll create a certain sound or a certain rap style. And, you know, you hear somebody with that sound and, you know, they say, you know, you're stealing your sound or, you know, you're biting your flow. So
I feel like, man, we all inspired by each other.
Facts.
And it's the same chords. It's the same notes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all natural, man. But there's a difference between biting and just being inspired.
Facts. Like you said, we're all inspired by one another, and I think that's something we can't deny.
Right.
So great perspective to that. So for my next question, I want to like, could you share the narrative behind the names DJ for the Win and Beats by Win? You know, is there personal significance behind these names?
Man, shout out. I think my boy Barefoot. I think Barefoot gave me the name DJ for the Win. DJ Barefoot is the person that put me on.
Okay, heard that name. Man,
great DJ, great guy. Like somebody you would trust your woman around naked, man. Ooh. You know what I'm saying?
They speaking highly of you, bro. Man, DJ Barefoot is speaking highly of you.
DJ Barefoot is a great dude, man. And so I don't know what we were doing. We probably were doing something crazy that night. But he came up with the name DJ for the Win. And Beats by Win, I just picked because I couldn't get DJ for the Win, and I make beats. So it's like Beats by Dre, Beats by Win.
That makes sense.
And so now when I tell people my name on Instagram, I'm like, it's like Beats by Dre, and they can hurry up and type it in.
Yeah. No, I love that. You know, that's something I've done too with my company. My last name is Freeman. So, you know, I started a Bellbond company, the Freeman Bellbond Agency.
That's fire.
So it's awesome how we could, you know, use our names to incorporate into our business as well. So DJ for the Win, you know, I should assume, you know, you all about winning, right?
Man, for sure. I mean, we try.
Yes, sir. So, you know, when you got DJ for the Win, you know, DJing your event, you know, we all about the win, y'all, being successful. So
I'm gonna take that too. I think that's a blessing.
Yes, sir. All right, now, you know, reflecting on your journey, man, you know, I'm sure you've done some amazing events. I'm wondering, like, are there any particular performances or events that have left a lasting impression on you?
Man,
because every event I see you do, even like the last brunch one, they look lit.
Man, it was lit. Shout out Festive ICT, Nana, all the good people over there. My boy Jack Stacks, doing his thing.
Yes.
Man, wow, that's a great question.
Take your time.
I definitely would say my favorite event would have to be the 90s event with Jack Stacks that we did at Douglas Social.
Okay. And that was recently, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was about a month, a little over a month ago.
Okay. Tell me about that experience.
Man, me and my guy Jack Stacks, Chris Jackson is my best friend growing up. We met in college. We just, lives had been aligned. You know, we grew up together.
Yeah.
Got married around the same time, all that.
Okay.
And so anyway, it was like, what are we gonna do for our first event?
Yeah.
And we were like, man, bro, I want it to feel like a backyard barbecue. Like, we don't get to kick it like that no more. And with that, we was just like, bro, let's just make it a 90s night.
Yeah. And
so I had already been doing my thing at Douglas Social, DJing and putting on events there. And shout out Travis, he let us use the spot. And we kind of turned it into just like a 90s
90s vibe,
like a 90s time capsule, you know. We had the Super Nintendo out there with the Donkey Kong, and
I love that.
You know what I'm saying? And we had the 90s gear. Everybody had on the 90s gear. We had people come out and cook. We had vendors there with the throwback gear, thrifted gear.
I love it.
My boys burning incense. Shout out Lola Candle.
Yes,
and
I love it.
It was just a dope vibe. And we got to play I feel like the 90s music is some of the best music out.
Yes.
It always brings people together when I'm DJing. So we got to play that all night with no complaints, like you playing old stuff. So it was just a dope vibe. Brought the whole city out.
Yes.
And I just want to add one thing to that is like, that's why we do the events, like to build community. You know what I mean? To build, my vision statement is to bring people together by building community through music.
Yes, sir.
And so when I throw an event, that's what I try to do.
I love that. You know, I listened to that story. You know, you are the centerpiece of collaboration when events come like that, man. So, you know, the city needs you and they need more of you, you know, to bring good vibes, good music, good food, you know, even with the incense, man, it gets deep. So I definitely love that. And one thing I like to note too, man, all your events, they nice, safe events.
Yeah,
you know.
Man. Hey, that's why y'all got that cover.
Yes. Nice.
I got to pay for security, sorry.
Yes. No, you good. You know, that's one thing that's important. You know, when you come out, you want to enjoy yourself, you want to make a home back to them babies. So,
that's love.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate you putting on, you know, nice safe events for the city. So, you know, staying on collaboration, this leads to my next question. So, you know, collaboration is the cornerstone of musical innovation. I'm wondering, like, are there any artists that you dream of collaborating with in the future?
Kanye West.
That's a big one. Give me your why on that.
Man, he inspired me a lot. I know he going through some things right now. You know, that's for him to, you know, and them to talk about. But man, as an artist, he is a genius.
Yes.
And a lot of things, like how he say he see colors when he see music, I do too. I couldn't explain it earlier.
Yeah.
But that's how like I felt about a young age of music. And so to be able to work with somebody that is like that, I feel like we could create some dope things.
That's dope.
And you know, we kind of had some things, but it never came to fruition, you know. So I want that to come to fruition. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. And we gonna speak that into existence here on this podcast today.
For
so
sure.
Yeah. You know, if you listening, you know, it's gonna be out there for the public to consume. So you heard it here first.
Yeah,
I want to speak on. I watched this last documentary on Netflix. Man, that one was inspiring. Just showing, you know,
man,
watching
the
that
up and the down.
Yes, you got to understand why he is the way he is once you got to see the beginning when they wasn't believing. You know what I'm saying? So
it was crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy, man. Like to see have to go through all that, to have that recorded is, man.
With his mother and, you know, and that stuff like that.
Yeah,
so
that's wild.
That is awesome. So I will give that advice to you, man. Capture the journey.
I need to do a better job at that.
Any
up and coming content creators, man, tap in with me.
Yes, sir.
Let's get it.
Y'all heard
it's a journey for sure.
Yes, sir. Y'all heard it here first. So staying on music, for my next question, I wonder, like, who is the most talented artist that you've had the honor to collaborate with musically?
Man,
I know you got a couple names, so man, you know, choose
man,
wisely.
I didn't mean to laugh like that, cause man, I've worked with some talented people. I'm gonna put it like this. I'm gonna name some names, and then y'all can see like, dang.
Yeah.
I've worked with 50 Cent.
Wow.
I've worked with Rick Ross.
Wow.
And I've worked with R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And so I've worked with some talented people, man. Gucci Mane. I feel like all of them are talented in their own special way.
I love that.
And man, they all added value to me. Whether it was just hopping on a beat off an email or a deep conversation.
Yes.
Man, Flow Rider, man.
Yes.
Shout out Flow Rider. I remember we worked on a song for 12 hours. And he told me about the Celsius deal. He said, I got to go catch a flight to do a deal. I ain't going to sleep. And that's when he went and did that deal.
Yes, I seen that. He just won a bunch of millions.
Yeah, man. Shout out Uncle Flo.
Just got that nephew. Bag. And shout out Celsius, man.
Shout out Celsius too. Great drink. Yes. The streets love you.
We would be happy to sponsor.
My God, for real. We need that.
Yes, business always. No, but man, all those artists you name, I consider some of the greatest rappers to have rap. So that is, you know, that is definitely special that you've had the honor to work with those. I would say my favorite is Rick Ross, man.
Man, mine too.
Man, watching his story every day is just motivation.
It's motivation,
want some motivation,
man.
Go to his story.
And he got a great musical ear.
Catalog.
Man, the catalog is just luxurious, you know?
He literally giving you that Maybach music, and I ain't never even been in the Maybach, bro.
Man, you know what I'm saying? He doing this, he doing it big, man. And you know, everybody can say what they want to say, but at the end of the day, results show.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts. He's definitely someone I want to interview and just work with, collaborating wise. You know, his networking game is on another level. I know. For sure. I reached out to his manager one time for an interview. Man, they say 25 racks.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Man, you must be really good at networking, because I'm seeing some dope people on your podcast.
Yes.
I'm like, damn, he got clean boardies? That's legendary.
Man, I wouldn't even say networking, bro. It's just the times we are in with Instagram and social media. Everyone is accessible. So what I'm doing is what everyone else could do. So people ask how I get a big name guest on the show. I go to the Instagram, either a DM or they have their contact information.
That's exactly right.
Hey, the direct link to them, I email them a fee. And, if they're interested, they get back. So it's not like I know anybody. This is something that everybody can do.
What I'm hearing is no excuse.
No excuses. Facts.
Man.
Facts. And drop that bag. Drop that bag.
You got to invest in yourself.
Yes, sir. Invest in your craft, just like when we spoke on his DJ question, what goes into being a DJ. A lot of people will assume that, when you're being a DJ, you go to the event, all the equipment is provided for you.
Man, they do.
You got the
I'll be at Chicken and Pickle. They be like, where are we going next? I say, I'm not going nowhere. I'm about to take this down. They be like, you got to take all this down. I'm like, you know?
Yeah. So invest in your craft. That's the part that they definitely don't understand. So, staying on music, man, I want to move into this next question. So I'm wondering, what are your thoughts on the business side of music, of the music industry? I'm wondering, is getting paid as a DJ or a music producer similar to an artist?
Oh, man, that's a great question. It can go both ways. It depends. Like if you move in, it depends on if you move in independently or through a label.
Yes.
And so if you move in independently, it's the same. It's like out independent to like truly independent, not independent with a distribution deal, but truly independent, like you on Bandcamp or something.
Yeah.
Like you can do it like that, and it's like a DJ, like, hey, you getting your money. And I would say DJing's even a little better because you get deposits. Like imagine if you told your fans that your album, well, you can pre-order, but people's not really doing that. And so with that being said, but if you on the label side and you move in like that, to me, you probably are producing songs or creating songs like a Khaled or a Guetta. And then they getting paid the same as an artist, like whatever their publishing recoups and their mechanicals and their performance. And so you either recouping or not. And it depends on that advance.
I
know?
I feel like in the music industry, just contracts and just financial is big now.
There's a lot more information out there.
Yes, based on how things have gone in the past, bad contracts. We've all heard the story. So, any upcoming DJs or music producers, just
man, take the time to learn the business, man. It's shout out what is it, small business? I forget the acronym, but it's free small business course. That's what I did. I took a free small business course at the Wichita State Metroplex.
Wow.
They show you how to get an EIN.
Okay.
Structure your business. You get introduced to loan officers at banks. You could create relationships. It's all for free. And you just pick what days you want to go. And they even got classes teach you how to make content. They got all kind of dope stuff. That's you just have to kind of put in some work. You know what I mean?
Check out those resources.
For sure. And I would definitely start there.
Okay. Yeah. So any DJs and music producers, anybody just looking to get in the music industries, I would assume you are a business, so you got to move like that and operate like that.
You definitely do.
Know your business.
You're going to get a 1099 from whoever. Like if you're doing corporate events, they're going to send you, hey, we paid you this. You're responsible for these taxes. And so you got to have that, either be able to write it off or be saving money for taxes at the end of the year. It's a lot when you move in a DJ, because everybody's not just going to pay you cash.
Facts. And that's one thing we talk about a lot on this podcast, man. Pay your taxes. You is not a real boss if you don't pay your taxes.
Man, or learn how to not pay them.
Facts.
What I mean? The tax code is like 40,000 pages. I think like 30,000 of them are how to write stuff off.
Facts.
So you just got to get educated.
Yeah, so we're in the times where education and what we need to know out there is there's no limit to it. So
man, like you said, there really ain't no excuses.
Fact, it is no excuses. So staying on music topic, I'm wondering like what advice would you give to aspiring DJs or music producers, just starting out their careers? And you talked about regrets earlier. What are some regrets or lessons you learned that you wish you have shared?
Okay, great question.
Go ahead.
Learn the business side, man. Well, before even the business side, let's just get real for a second, man. Find out if it's your purpose. You know what I'm saying? Get your spirit right. Get aligned with what your purpose is. Because you have to look at why are you wanting to do it. Do you want to do it for you, or you want to do it to affect others? Mm-hmm. And so if you in that lane and you think that's your purpose and you think music is your purpose, then you have to put in the work.
Yes.
And that means, listening to old, talking to old. Specifically, if we're gonna be a DJ, go pull up on. If you in Wichita, I'm getting specific, or like Kansas City, you need to go pull up on like DJ Hayden and DJ Cadence here, and you just need to introduce yourself and watch, be a fly on the wall. Like, man, a lot of people don't know.
Yes.
I used to DJ for free at Chicken and Pickle with Barefoot in 2020 when I first started.
Y'all hear that?
And it was mad people there. They was making a lot of money, but I knew my purpose.
Yes.
And so after that point, don't treat it like a hobby. If it's a hobby, that's cool. But if you want to do it like a business, you got to treat it like a business. Be professional.
Yes.
Invest in yourself.
Yes.
Make good relationships, and then just wait your turn.
Yes.
It's all divine timing. Once you on the business, because I said before, the business spiritual. If you're gonna treat it like a business, have your affairs in order. Have your affairs in order.
Yes.
Because that's some of my regrets. Man, when I got a record deal, I didn't know how that worked.
Yep.
Like taxes, like, dang, you got to pay all these taxes. You got to pay the manager this. You got to pay the label this.
We hear that a lot.
You know what I mean? Yep. I mean, luckily I was able to do what I was able to do.
Yep.
But knowing that off top, get you an attorney.
Yes.
Get you an entertainment attorney. It's a lot of people out here that's you can find on Instagram that's on the come up.
Yes.
Or start looking in the credits. They be right there. Tell them your situation. They want to make money too. And so it's all about just being educated. Wisdom is power.
Yes.
That was my regret, not having wisdom. So seek the wisdom and the rest will follow.
Yes, I love that. And like you just said, with anything you do, you gotta understand your why. Gotta understand your why. I know what it made you think. You talk about just on the business side. I know I heard Rick Ross say one time, man, get your lawyer on the phone and we can make it real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Get that lawyer on the phone and
man, that's real talk though.
We can
that's
stand on
real
business,
talk.
so.
We can stand on business. They say, shoot, a contract is what keeps relationships good.
Yes.
And people be like, we don't got to shake on. Nah, if we agree, then let's stick to it and hold ourselves accountable. You know what I mean?
I love that. Now, for this next question, moving on to mental health, man. I know we kind of touched on it a little bit earlier, just the power of music, but with such a busy work schedule, like what are some ways you manage your mental health and physical health? Because you out in the nightlife.
Man, I got to get better at the physical health. You know what I mean? I didn't let that go. I had a major surgery a while back that really opened my eyes to your health. Yes. You know what I mean? So it's kind of asinine. But what I'm saying is like, you got to take care of yourself.
Yes.
And I've learned that the mental is stemmed from the physical.
Yep.
That's why I enjoyed working out.
Yep.
Because it helped me get clarity, kind of maybe a challenge, you know?
Sir.
I don't know the scientific term for what it releases.
Endorphins.
Endorphins. Okay. And you feel better,
Yes,
and
sir.
so, and then just being structured, having a routine, and trying to stick to the routine.
Planning for success.
Man, planning for success. And I kind of get off track. We all get off track, but at least set yourself up for small wins.
Yes.
I want to recommend a book if I can.
Go ahead.
It's called Atomic Habits. I don't know who it's by, but it's a great book. And if you search on YouTube, you can it got sums the book up in 32 minutes with this dope animation.
I love it.
And so go Google that, and it kind of teaches you to set yourself up for wins throughout the day and how to prioritize things. I suffer from ADHD, And so I haven't been taking any medicine for it for years because I'm trying to really tackle it and not have to. And this is one of the things that helped it really was Atomic Habits.
That's awesome. That's one thing we talk about on this podcast a lot, just reading books for your mental health.
Have to. That's part of the routine too.
Yep. And then another thing too, so I always say my 3 things are taking care of yourself physically, mentally, and spiritually, because they all correlate. So, like you spoke on, the mental, take care of your physical, your physical take care of your mental, and that spirituality just kind of brings everything, in together as one. So man, they all coordinate with each other.
Yeah, I feel like the spirituality part is very important too.
Yes.
I don't know what, I feel like everybody's God is going to tell you the same thing, which is to show love and love one another, man. I don't think, if that's what we all talking about, but at the end of the day, having that base is so important.
Yes.
And it helps you keep a balance within yourself.
Yes. So when we talk about mentally, physically, and spiritually, that spiritual is the foundation of all that. You got to have a good foundation to stand on when you're building anything. So I definitely love that. Now, for my next question, so social media and streaming platforms have become very crucial for producers and DJs to connect with their audience. I'm wondering, how do you utilize your platforms to engage with your fans and your music? Because I do feel like you do a great job of promoting and just content-wise for what you do.
Man, thank you, brother. No, I appreciate it. It's a couple of things, man. Shout out. I want a quick shout out Hits Entertainment, man.
Okay. Entertainment
group I'm a part of. It's a group of guys, man. Saul, Jason, Toby, Ty, Juan Carlos. We come together, man. We tap in with a creator named Baldo.
Okay.
Miro Plata on Instagram.
Okay.
And he kind of created this look for us. And then I feel like that look really set off, helped with the experience that people were getting. They were able to relive it through the look. And Jay Really and all the people that came out, Leak, everybody, Cannon. But shout out to the creators. It's collaboration, like you said. The it can't go out. Jacob, he behind the scenes over here. He do the lights sometimes, And it's just like having all that and then being able to recapture that is kind of where I'm kind of trying to segue into using Canva.
Yes.
I can use how you talking about how you reach out. I don't have to reach out to a graphic person no more. I can kind of use technology to get my thoughts out.
Yes, sir. No excuses.
No excuse no more. You know what I mean? And so I ain't got my phone on me, but I got my schedule. I'm making my schedule. Boom, boom, boom. I want it to look like this.
Yes.
And just having that and tapping in last person for the branding. Jake Will, he designed my logo.
Okay.
Jake Will designed my logo, and he was the one that kind of put me on the importance of a logo and how you need it to be able to be transferable. Does it look good on a shirt, a hat, a lighter, a rolling tray?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm like, okay, for sure.
Yes. No, I definitely love that. I feel like, you got the name DJ for the Win, Beats by Win, but then you got the branding as well as far as the logo.
Man.
So
Thank you.
When it comes to times of take advantage of social media and the times we're in, y'all, make sure to to collaborate with a content creator. Like I said, we got Jacob here with Managed to Create behind the scenes, and you guys get a look at that as well.
Shout out Jacob, man.
So shout out Jacob.
Shout out Jacob.
Tap in with these videographers and these content creators, to collaborate to help take you to the next level. I had Charleston White on the podcast here.
That was another big name. I was telling the homies, I was like, man, he be having everybody on there. Yes. My
bad. No, you good. And one thing is, we can't do nothing great alone. No one was designed on this world to do anything great alone. So we
can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
So his persona is I ain't trying to have you speak on this business, but is that a persona? Or is that how, because he's highly intelligent?
Yes, and from my conversation with him, it is, and he kind of uses it how he see fit. So, you have the persona, but then you got the real man, Charleston White, and what he stands on. So, he kind of uses both to his advantage, but
it's to draw attention.
Yes,
I know he drawing attention to the right thing. He just saying it in a different way.
Yes, so that's what he was kind of talking about, his persona. He, the Charleston White character caters to the people, that like that type of stuff, because obviously, a lot of his stuff goes viral. But he said, a lot of the people, the real ones that's listening, they get the real message behind it.
Yeah, they get the message, they can see it, and then you scroll his page, you gonna see something real. You might get drawn by the BS.
Yes.
But then you're gonna see something like, dang, okay, he got a point.
Yes, and that was one thing he mentioned during the podcast. He's really taking a vibe taken back by just my questions. Like I wasn't trying to go viral, man. I'm trying to get some real, real solutions to what problems we going through.
We need some. Shout out collaboration over competition. I feel like that's just a natural. I think like an indoctrined trauma within us.
Yes.
Like, man, I always make it an effort to show my fellow black man love when I see him, and just show him that just shows me he ain't tripping. He cool. He cool. He here for me.
Yes,
you know what I mean? That's all it is. And I think just starting, like you said, a foundation, starting that small. We'll do some healing.
Yes, sir. And that's what this platform is for, you know what I'm saying? Just to get people, and inspire, encourage people to come together and collaborate more. So,
most definitely.
We're going to take it episode by episode and step by step. So, to jump into these last couple of questions, so diversifying your ventures. So, beyond your remarkable career as a DJ and a music producer, you also have ventured into entrepreneurship. I'm wondering, can you share your journey in business and shed some light on how you've managed to leverage your artistic talents into successful entrepreneur endeavors?
For sure, man. You kind of get forced, I had my back against the wall. After I had surgery, I couldn't do a physical job, like a backup job no more.
Yeah.
And with that being said, I just had to get creative. And once I got creative, I saw there was money to be made. And then I saw, okay, now you gotta manage this money.
Yes.
And so with that being said, it's just looking at money from a different standpoint. It has value, and you have leverage with the more you got.
Yep.
And sometimes you can leverage with other people's money.
Yes, sir. You're right.
And so you can also leverage your talents to get more. Yep. And so that's how I just started looking at it. And I started, like for example, I started doing consultations. And it's like, all right, now people are paying for me just for my thoughts.
Yep.
Or making beats. Like I could whip up a beat in 20 minutes. Somebody will pay whatever for it. I've had beats go for a lot of money, and sometimes I'll sell one for $250. Just depends on what I need. Yep. And now I'm seeing like, all right, these are all streams.
Yep.
And they're under this brand. And it just kind of worked. Just my lifestyle's become a way I can gain income.
That's awesome. It's beautiful to see, how you responded when your back was against the wall.
Yeah.
I feel like that kind of speaks to the epitome of entrepreneur. You're gonna have to make sacrifices. It ain't all just ups. Like on Instagram, everybody show the wins. They're all losses and sacrifices that come
for sure.
With taking this route. So I appreciate you speaking on that. So for this last question, this podcast is sponsored by Greatness Vodka. They're a local black-owned liquor company here in Wichita, Kansas. And on the behalf of our sponsors, we like to know, what does greatness represent to you?
Man, shout out Troy.
Yes, sir. Troy Book, shout out.
Shout out Big Troy, man.
Yes, sir.
You know how sticky it gets.
Yeah.
But man, greatness to me is just trying to be your best self. If you're your best self, then that means you're giving out the best version of you to the world.
Yes.
And you got to be great to do that.
Yes, sir.
And so that's what greatness means to me. It's just, doing the work, doing the healing.
Yes.
Doing the loving. You know what I mean? And all that and in between. And that just sounds like greatness to me.
Yeah, I love it. Being the best you possible.
Sure.
So you can be better not only for yourself, but your family, the people around you, and your community.
And your community.
Yes, sir.
Huge.
Yes. So shout out to our sponsors at Greatness Vodka, and courtesy of our sponsors, we like to gift you the very popular peach cherry vodka flavor.
Man, this is dangerous.
So you enjoy.
Hey.
Like I said, courtesy of our sponsors.
Man, you can get this at Douglas Social too, man.
Yes, sir. Drinkgreatness.com.
Yes, sir. Shout out Troy. Drinkgreatness.com.
Yes, sir. All right. So to end the podcast, you got any shout outs? If not, I'll go ahead and end it. But if you got any shout outs, go ahead and give them. Man,
I just want to give a shout out to God, man.
Amen.
You know what I mean? Just keeping me here and letting me do my thing.
I love it.
Bless people, And that's it.
I love it. DJ for the win, man. I appreciate you sharing your incredible journey and insights with us today, man. Your experience in the music industry and entrepreneurship are truly inspiring, and we're grateful we had the opportunity to learn from you. So, to our listeners out there, man, y'all stay tapped in for more captivating conversations from collaboration over competition. And that wraps it up, y'all. Y'all stay blessed.